There is no denying that China is one of the most powerful countries in the world, but all is not well within its borders. The country is facing a number of serious problems, including a slowing economy, environmental degradation, and a growing income inequality. Additionally, China's human rights record is dismal, and the country's authoritarian government shows no signs of loosening its grip. These problems are unlikely to be solved anytime soon, and they could have profound implications for the future of China and the world. Welcome to Savvy Economists. In this video, we will discuss about the current situation China is facing and why things seem not to be going well with them. Don't forget to please watch, like, and share this video if you enjoy it. Also, leave your comments and thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more related content similar to this. Recently, flights were canceled all over the country with no official reasons why they were canceled from China's top aviation body. Over 6,000 flights were still being canceled in recent weeks without any incident whatsoever behind their cancellation. However, according to a recent post by Z-News, it was revealed that a major Chinese news portal NetEase reported that the main cause of the cancellation was due to the recent increase in COVID-19 cases in various Chinese provinces. Even with these people still don't believe that such could be the reason for the cancellation of the flights. This is because the rate at which different airport zones have affected the situation on the ground is really alarming. A recent post by T-Chart revealed that the Beijing Capital International Airport saw a cancellation rate of 60%, with about 622 flights canceled. Shanghai Pudong International Airport and Shenzhen Baoan Airport, on the other hand, saw a cancellation rate of 54% and 51%, respectively. The worst of all this came from the Guiyang Longdongbao Airport, Guizhou Province, seeing a total 99% flight cancellation rate. Many other airports, not to mention but few, also experienced these. Ever since their gradual recovery from the deadly COVID-19 outbreak, they have experienced a slow economic growth. They have been the world's economic engine for the past few decades, but this economic growth is now grinding to a halt. An August post from the Hindu Business Line revealed that official data showed the Chinese economy growing at just 0.4% year-on-year in the second quarter of 2022, after expanding by 4.9%, 4%, and 4.8%, respectively, in the previous 3 quarters. There is no doubt that China is facing some serious economic challenges. Their stock market has been in free fall, their currency is under pressure, and their growth is slowing. All of this has led to concerns that China is heading for a hard landing. In the meantime, businesses and individuals in China are struggling. Many are cutting back on spending and investment, which is leading to a further slowdown of the economy. It is a difficult time for China, and it remains to be seen how long this current economic downturn will last. The recent trade war with the United States has taken a toll on China's economy. Even though China and the US have reached a trade truce, the damage done to China's export-dependent economy is estimated to be in the billions of dollars. This, coupled with a slowing domestic economy, has led to widespread economic anxiety in China. All this, however, doesn't seem to be the only reason behind China's economic situation. There are some other factors that have contributed to China's economic problems. One is the collapse of the real estate market. For years, China's economy has been more reliant on manufacturing than it is on services. This has made them vulnerable to a slowdown in global demand for their goods. Well, there are some reasons behind the real estate collapse. One is the mortgage crisis that caused the prices of properties to plummet. Another is stricter government regulation, which has made it harder for developers to get projects approved. Finally, there is a growing sense of uncertainty about the future, which has made people less willing to invest in property. The collapse of the real estate market in China is a major blow to the economy, and it will take some time for the market to recover. In the meantime, many people will suffer financial hardship, and the economy as a whole will continue to slow down. Another factor and threat contributing to the Chinese economy is the zero-COVID policy. A recent post by CNBC revealed that the zero-COVID policy in China is the toughest public health and medical response ever made by all countries in response to the pandemic. These measures have had a significant impact on the country's economy, with many businesses forced to close and millions of people losing their jobs. The Chinese government has been trying to stem the tide of economic decline with stimulus measures, but so far, these have not been very effective. The current economic situation in China is a far cry from the miracle growth that the country was experiencing just a few years ago. It remains to be seen how China will weather this economic storm. It's no secret that China is in a bit of financial trouble as they're now dealing with mountains of debt. The situation is so bad that the Chinese government has had to take drastic measures, such as reducing the value of their currency and selling off their U.S. Treasury bonds. An August post by the Market Insider revealed that China sold their holdings of the U.S. government bonds for a seventh straight month in June, based on their aim of trying to defend the yuan against the dollar. The Chinese government is clearly worried about its financial situation, and it's having an impact on the lives of everyday Chinese citizens. Many are getting laid off from their jobs and are struggling to make ends meet. There's a lot of anxiety and uncertainty about the future in China right now. It's doubtful that things will improve anytime soon for China. They're in for a long period of financial difficulty, and it's going to be difficult for them to get back on track. This is a major problem not just for China, but for the global economy as well. We all need to be prepared for a prolonged period of economic turbulence from China. China's rapid growth has also led to severe environmental degradation. The country's rapid industrialization has led to high levels of pollution, especially in large, densely populated areas. Activists have also reported that the Chinese government has failed to take adequate measures to protect its environment. China's air pollution has become a massive problem in recent years, with the country's air quality ranking among the worst in the world. According to a post by IQ Air, Beijing is one of the cities in China with a high air population index. The post also stated that the main cause of the air pollution is due to the manufacturing industries, the burning of coal to produce electricity, increased population rate, and vehicle emissions. Pollution has been linked to a number of health problems, including an increased risk of lung cancer and heart disease. There has also been an increased income inequality in China. During the years of China's rapid economic growth, hundreds of millions of people escaped poverty, but it only led to growing income inequality. China's wealthiest citizens benefited significantly from the then country's economic growth, while much lower and middle-class workers struggled to make ends meet. China's Gini coefficient, a commonly used measure of income inequality, has risen from 38.2 in 2019 to 38.5 in 2022. China's growing income inequality has led to a rise in social unrest, as many people are unhappy with their government. Chinese officials have taken some steps to address this issue, but the growing income inequality is unlikely to subside in the near future. The dictatorial rule in China is also causing a serious problem in the nation. China's system of government, which is often described as authoritarian, has led to growing discontent among the country's people. Human rights groups have criticized Beijing's use of the death penalty, which is frequently used against political dissidents. Other authoritarian policies include internet censorship, strict limits on religious freedom, and forced abortions. China's government has also been criticized for its treatment of its ethnic minorities, including Tibetans and Uyghurs. Beijing has also taken steps to limit criticism of its policies by restricting freedom of speech. Some critics have been sentenced to lengthy prison terms for posting critical comments online. China is also experiencing a collapsed demography. China's one-child policy, which was implemented from 1980 to 2016, has created a serious demographic problem. Beijing enacted the policy to address the country's growing population and reduce poverty, but it has led to a significant decline in the country's fertility rate. The change has occurred much more quickly than expected, and it is now threatening the country's long-term economic growth. China's population is aging rapidly, which has put a significant strain on the country's healthcare system. The country's elderly population is expected to grow rapidly in the coming decades, which could lead to a reduced workforce and a less vibrant economy. China's agricultural system is also experiencing a collapse. According to a blog post by The First Post, it disclosed that the Chinese government called for an end to wasting food through a program called the Clean Plates Campaign in August 2021. This was speculated to be that the president knew the country was in a food crisis. The post also revealed that based on a survey carried out, Chinese consumers waste approximately 17 to 18 million tons of food each year, which is enough to feed over 50 million individuals annually. China's growing population depends on the country's farmers to produce enough food to feed the entire country. However, decades of environmental degradation have led to a significant decline in agricultural productivity. The country's soil is polluted and its water is contaminated, which has led to a sharp decline in crop yields. In addition, China's farmers are growing older and retiring at a rapid rate, which could contribute to a decline in agricultural productivity. Growing income inequality could also prompt many farmers to seek higher-paying jobs in China's cities. With all these circumstances happening in China, we can't all say it is their problem, and they need to face it alone. The current situation in China is of great concern to everyone as it has the potential to affect us all. The Chinese economy is slowing down, and this is having a knock-on effect on the global economy. If China continues to struggle, it could lead to a recession which would impact us all. China is a major trading partner for many countries, and if its economy slows down, it could also lead to a slowdown in other economies. This is why it is important to be aware of China's current situation and closely monitor it. We need to be worried about the current situation in China as it has the potential to impact us all. We must hope that the Chinese economy starts to improve soon and that nothing like a trade war erupts. That's all for today, guys. What do you think about China's current situation? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.